Welcome to Carpe Diem, a podcast about personal finance and everyday life. I'm Jamie Davidson.
And I'm Dusty Simmons from Financial Center First Credit Union.
Thanks for spending your free time listening to us talk about how life and family affects us achieving our financial goals.
Well, here we are again, still in the middle of COVID. It's been about 8 weeks since our stay-at-home order. And like a lot of people, we're a bit tired of the doom and gloom when it comes to quarantine. So this episode, we're going to switch it up a little bit, Jamie.
Right.
And we're going to have a little fun with a financial trivia game.
Can't wait to beat you.
Whatever. So, to help us out with our trivia game, and because one person trivia isn't as fun, we have our executive producer, Courtney Cooper, who you never really hear from, joining us today. She's usually behind the scenes helping us with production, but today she's our trivia host. Welcome, Courtney.
Thank you.
Yay!
That's right. So like Dusty said, I'm a member of the marketing team, but usually I'm behind the scenes of the podcast, so I'm super excited today to help them out with their trivia game, and it's going to be a fun one. So I'm going to explain the rules super quick. We're going to have 2 rounds plus a final lightning round where you can bet all your points. So
Yes,
don't think
betting.
it's all gotten and
Betting.
lost.
If you're missing betting right now, people, here's the time to bet. You should bet on either Jamie or myself.
Wow, listen to her. Bet on me, bet on me.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a time limit to answer questions, probably about 20 seconds so that, you're not waiting too long. But we're going to pit them against each other. So I'll throw out a question, and whoever is the closest in percentage to the answer gets the point. So like typical...
Under or over doesn't matter, right? Just closest to
Just
percentage?
closest. It doesn't
All right,
matter.
you
under
heard
or
it
over.
here, people.
Dartboard.
So, like typical trivia, questions are going to be kind of easy when we first start, but we'll get a little bit tougher as they go on. And my favorite part, when the game is finally over, the loser is going to have to donate $10 to a food pantry of their choice.
You want a side wager now?
Dusty, just get the money ready.
Do you want a side wager now?
Oh, sure. $100.
So, $100. All right, $100. I'm in.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
in. You heard it
Got
here.
my fingers crossed. Unless I win.
All right.
And if I win, I'll give half of that to the food pantry.
There's always smack talk in the marketing team, so we'll see how
Always.
this goes. Another rule I forgot to mention. So, in part 1 of the trivia, points are worth 1 point per question. But in part 2, if you win a question, it's worth 2 points. So, you got to be in your A game in the second round. Does that make sense?
Warm ups.
We're not deducting any points though, right?
No, we're not deducting points. No.
Got you.
Okay, so with that being said, are you guys ready to go?
Ready.
Ready.
Okay, question 1. So in 1979, 58% of teens aged 16 to 19 were in the workforce. Today, what percentage is that number?
This season, Instacart has your back to school. As in, they've got your back to school lunch favorites, like snack packs and fresh fruit. And they've got your back to school supplies, like backpacks, binders, and pencils. And they've got your back when your kid casually tells you they have a huge school project due tomorrow. Let's face it, we were all that kid. So first call your parents to say I'm sorry, and then download the Instacart app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes all school year long. Get a $0 delivery fee for your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Quit cheating, Dusty.
I'm not cheating. Don't look at my answers.
Are you both ready to go?
Yep.
Okay,
Who goes
Dusty, what'd you think it was?
I said 47%.
Okay.
Lower is what I thought. Lower than then.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought it was lower. I thought it was at 52%.
Okay, so the first point goes to Dusty.
Wait, what is it?
In 2019, only 35% of teens
Wow.
aged 16 to 19 were in the workforce. So if you think about it, that's, 20% of a difference. That's crazy.
So what do you think the reason for that is?
Because our kids are bougie. No, I think a lot of it has to do with, honestly,
School's harder.
school might be a little more difficult. I think it's in 79, a lot more students left school early to get jobs to help support the family.
Sure.
We don't have that quite as much nowadays, honestly. I also think that, we went through that phase of the last recession where there were no jobs available for those students. So I think the expectation changed a little bit. And I went with 52% because I was just trying to give the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But 35%, that's pretty amazing.
I just thought, because as a society, I think we're a little bit more supportive of our children and what, that they should be focused on education and they're, growing up. So I thought it would be lower, but.
Now, if you guys listen to the last podcast, remember this. What did I tell you to do with your students? Let them fail. Make them get a job. Remember that. Yeah, remember that?
But I won.
Okay, you got a point. 1 point.
All right.
All right, question 2. What percentage of American adults have a household budget?
So just want to clarify how you would classify a household budget. So husband and wife or whoever's head of household have sat together and written something down and agreed upon this is what we're going to do.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I have no idea. I'm a little. Don't look at my answer.
I don't have it. I've just got to guess, just like you do.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go with you first, Jamie. What do you think?
Oh my! Let Dusty go first.
She went first last time.
I said this is too high. 35%.
I say 25%.
Okay. And the actual answer is 41%.
Oh, wow.
So Jamie crossed out an answer beforehand that would have been closer, but
My
he
answer
second guessed
before
himself.
that was 42. I actually
That's
went 35,
really close.
scratched it out, 42, and went back down to 35.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, 41% isn't bad, but
But that's less than half of Americans that have thought about an actual budget and sticking to a budget.
Well, she's not even saying stick to it, actually creating it.
Yeah. So Jamie, what would you say, and we've talked about budgeting a lot, but what would you say is the number one reason why people should budget?
It's really important to know where you're spending your money, because a lot of times you think you don't make enough money, but by having the budget, you actually see where that money went to, and you can find out where you can cut back and you'll have leftover money. It's so much easier to say, I don't make enough money. So 9 times out of 10, that's not.
Then to
that's
go,
not the
I just
case.
don't know where the money goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, and I think really right now is I hate to say it, but right now is a great time to get this in line because we're living differently right now.
Yeah.
We're not doing our daily Starbucks runs, I don't think. Now is a really good time to say, baseline, this is what we have in the budget. Let's look at it and then see where we go a month from now when things start to open up a little bit more.
I think this has been a really eye-opening time for me because those temptations are taken away and our normal has kind of been interrupted. It's given me the opportunity to go, wow, I had more money, discretionary money in my budget than I realized. And now I'm seeing what I really did spend it on.
Right.
so right now we have a tied game. It's 1-1. We've got 9 more questions. But question number 3, you guys are going to make fun of me because this is millennial focused. 10 millennials are in a room. How many have started a retirement fund?
I wonder if we're going to be on the same page about this.
It's kind of like the 9 out of 10 dentists recommend.
Did she just give us a hint on what the answer is?
9? I
No,
don't think it's 9.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
I say 6.
6? Okay.
I say 2.8.
Ooh,
2.8.
you're on the way other side.
I am.
Wow.
All right, Courtney.
Well,
Tell
I've
us.
got bad news for Jamie because Dusty won that round.
Is it
And
6?
she wasn't high enough.
Oh.
8 out of 10 millennials have started a retirement fund.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I mean, so Jamie and I are both Gen Xers. And I would say if looking at our generation, when we were the millennial age, the number was probably lower.
Right. Yeah, it was. I think that being said, with the number that you quoted, it makes sense because nowadays so many jobs offer that and they talk about it, where before when we were younger, they didn't really talk about it. It wasn't repeated. It was said once a year and that was it. We didn't hear it coming from other avenues. And when you've listened to us in the past, we've talked about it's important to get started. And I went really low just to be funny about it, but at the same time, I didn't think it would be what you.
Sure.
I didn't think it would be as high as you said it was though. I'm actually. That's impressive. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, me too. Congratulations, millennials. You got your stuff together.
But I like Jamie's point. I would want to know how many have started it on their own outside of a 401k match that they've had with their company. Because
Right.
I think the number would be a bit lower. But, for businesses, we're pretty lucky that we know about 401ks and we try and match it. But not everyone is putting in as much as they should.
Well, it's funny because when you were in college and when you came out of college, you've been hearing about that, right? Or you heard about it when you came out of college. when I came out of college, you weren't hearing that. That was back on
Well,
that was back on the old 3-leg principle of the
Yeah.
pension,
Social
Social Security, and
then your supplemental
your
retirement.
supplemental, right? Where now they're going, well, you're not. Most of us aren't going to have a pension, right?
Right. That's
And
pretty much
if you ask
gone.
Dusty, we're not going to have what? Dusty?
I don't think Social Security will be around when the millennials retire.
So, next question. It's more about perception. How many people consider themselves spenders instead of savers? Not necessarily, again, like the budgeting
Right.
one if they follow through, but
like most people think they're really good savers. They wouldn't consider themselves spenders.
right. But how many people consider themselves spenders?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Jamie, no.
You guys are hilarious. She's like covering her answer.
It's because you always, after I ask
percentage
a
of people
question,
consider
Jamie
themselves-
always
Over
looks
my
over.
shoulder.
He always looks over at Dusty's
Because
answer
he knows I'm
first.
right.
All right. How many consider themselves spenders? Right?
Uh-huh.
Jamie, you first. 33% is what Jamie said.
I went right in the
50%.
middle, man. We're half and half.
Wow, it was actually a pretty close call, off by 3% in terms of between you two. But 40% of Americans consider themselves spenders.
You want it.
I got that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so this is an interesting point because whether you feel like you're a spender or your spouse or your family member or your friend thinks you're a spender, that's a different perspective.
Well,
Mhm.
I think people like to spend money, but the idea of calling themselves spenders,
Yeah.
it's sort of like
It's like a dirty
It's got a
word.
stigma.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm a spender. That's all I want to spend. We always want to lie to ourselves. Say, no, I don't mind spending money, but I'm a pretty good saver. Right?
That's me. That's what I would say about myself. I like both.
You're like both. Okay.
I'm kind of shameless. I am a bit of a spender.
You're a spender, okay.
I will admit it, but not openly.
Right. Yeah. And I'm a saver, and we're in that household where one of us is. We're both saving better, but I'm the saver, and she's more.
You're
of the
always the
spender.
one to say, "Should we spend this?" It's always the questioning.
Right. Yeah. I'm the one in COVID that in the last 9 weeks hasn't got online and bought himself anything because it's. I mean, I'm sure there's things I could find I want to buy, but there's nothing I need.
Yeah.
Where we've helped Amazon stay afloat because we're buying things from Amazon, but I haven't bought any of those.
So, do you think that situations like the economics, COVID and the economic situation we're in right now changes people's behaviors when it comes to whether they're a spender or a saver? Is it enough of a jolt to change behavior?
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
If you're a new parent, a bad day means you either ran out of coffee, diapers, patience, or all of the above. Stocking up on cold brew and deep breaths are all you. Hello Bello's got your baby's butt covered. Because Hello Bello believes all families deserve premium, affordable baby products. With their ultra-convenient diaper bundle subscription service that includes 7 packs of diapers and 4 packs of plant-based wipes, you'll never run out of supplies. Better yet, they're delivered to your door. Set, change, and cancel your delivery schedule whenever you want. If you're a parent, your to-do list is longer than all your baby's wake windows combined. Let Hello Bello take care of diaper runs until you're done potty training. It was named Best Diaper Subscription by New York Magazine and winner of the 2022 Good Housekeeping Parenting Award for a reason. Go to hellobello.com/Wondery to get 30% off your first customized bundle and a full-size freebie product of your choice. That's hellobello.com/Wondery to start bundling with 30% off your first order. Don't forget, that's hellobello.com/Wondery.
One would hope so. The answer is maybe, and we'll see. It's the old economic answer, maybe.
So right now we're tied 2-2, and on the same subject of spending, what percentage of an average adult's income goes to entertainment?
Okay, so what actually goes to it, not what they think, right?
Yeah, what actually goes to it?
I don't know if I'm high or low on this. I really don't know.
Okay, so Jamie, you go first. What did you think?
I put it at right around 10%.
Okay.
And I said, probably 8.
Well, you're both super close. The actual answer is 5.3%. of the average adult's income goes to
I'm
entertainment.
impressed. I was too high again. I
Yeah.
think you're going to start teaching financial literacy.
I shouldn't, but I would say that, that's a pretty realistic 5%. That's a pretty realistic number. That's us being honest with ourselves that we actually do spend that much money on things.
Okay, so I go with easy numbers, round
Mhm.
numbers. So it's 10,000 or it's 50,000 or it's 100,000. So
But I think the point to all this is knowing what you spend and using some kind of tracking, whether it's through
Right.
your bank
right.
or Mint or something else, to kind of know what you're spending on those kind of things.
I think the other thing is, make sure you're classifying what entertainment is, because when we're talking about entertainment, I put in dining out too. I don't just put like going to sporting events or
Mhm.
going to a movie or watching a concert. I put in dining out. I even put in shopping. And so for us, that's all considered entertainment.
Right.
So
That's all discretionary income.
discretionary income,
Right.
right? Yeah, I put lump those all into one usually.
Got it.
So right now we're at halftime.
Boo.
Dusty's got 3 points. Jamie has 2 points.
You need a breather? Whew.
Something wrong with me?
I mean, you're behind.
Oh yes. I'm sweating over here.
Go get a drink of water.
So far, with this game, has anything super surprised you guys about these statistics?
I'm really surprised about the millennials and the retirement fund.
That's what I was gonna say,
Yeah, I think it's really great.
That's I love good news, and that's good news.
Yeah.
That's some good news, as somebody's been talking about the last couple of weeks on YouTube. So that's good news. I like it, and it's funny because my daughter is turning 21, and she's talking about when she turns 21, whatever company she's working at, actually investing in their 401k.
You know what? Maybe that tells us as parents we've done a better job of financially educating our kids about what to do next.
Well, you know how it is. You don't know you're a good parent until
Pat on the back.
until you're much older, right? You never know you're a good parent until they're like, in their late 20s, early 30s, and by that time, they're like, yeah.
Right.
So I think are both of you ready for round 2?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Are you thinking I'm not ready? I'm ready. Bring it.
I don't know.
All
Well, you
right.
better be ready because the questions are going to be a little bit harder. And like I said before, they're going to be worth 2 points each instead of 1. So question number 1, round 2. In Indiana, what is the average credit card debt for an adult? And this is a number. It's not a percentage, obviously.
You're gonna get this way closer than me, I'm sure, because you teach on this all
Let me
the
see what you're
time.
putting.
No,
Oh, let me see what you're putting.
no.
Jamie, you can't look at her answer and then gauge yours off of it.
Why can't I?
Do I have to separate you two?
I wonder. I will be curious to see if Indiana's average is higher or lower than the national.
Well, I know the
average.
national average. That's why.
That's
for
what
me,
I was thinking.
That's for me.
too.
It's like going, and you know the national average because who told you?
You.
Did you go higher or lower?
I'm not telling.
You went up. You went lower.
You almost done, Jamie?
Yes, I am.
He's still thinking.
Okay. Well, Dusty, I want to hear you first. What do you think
Okay.
the average credit card debt is? for an
I
adult
think the average credit card debt is $9,000.
in Indiana.
Is that high? That's high, right?
Is that pretty high?
Why
That's
is it,
pretty
you're
high.
whistling?
Is that
Okay.
higher?
I'm not. Let me see what you said first. Financial expert.
I did it either or,
What?
depending if I get it right. Indiana, that's probably too high.
No, come
you
on.
can't.
I can.
No, you
I
can't.
can't read it. 10,500.
10,500.
Both of you are a little bit too high, but it is
Oh.
still a high number. The average credit card debt for an adult in Indiana is $6,900.
So it's
Okay.
right at 7,000.
Yeah,
and
right
the
around
national
7,000.
average, Jamie, is what?
15,500.
So good job, Indiana.
Indiana's not so
Yeah,
bad.
and you know why I think I might have misconstrued this? Are you ready for this? The national average is not for an adult. And I should have listened to that point of it. An adult,
Mhm.
it's 15,500
Oh.
for a household.
Oh, okay.
So when I looked at this, I thought of a household. So this is for an adult. So I wonder if we looked that number up for the Indiana household.
It's probably going to be closer to what you have.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, but good job. You're just drilling. You got 2 more points.
I mean, what would we say about credit card debt, though?
Set up your budget and pay it down. Pay it down every month. If you find out that you're
What's that snowball method you
the
always talk
snowball
about?
method. Yeah, well, that's a Dave Ramsey method. You actually line up all your credit card debt and you pay. You figure out your budget, how much you're going to spend, and you start paying the lowest one off as quick as possible. And then you start going down to the next one, so it's rolling up your debt and it's going away. Which is great if you have debt that's controllable. But if you do have that credit card debt of $15,000 or $20,000, which the national average is 15,500, and you've got that on 5 or 6 credit cards, your interest rates are going to be all over the place.
Right,
So,
so that's-
when I see that person, I say, you might want to consider consolidating, because if you do consolidate, you're going to get a much lower interest
So
rate.
educate yourself about your interest rate and look for the best rate possible.
Correct.
Get rid of that. Stop putting stuff on your credit card.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
All right, so are you guys ready for the next question?
Yes.
So the question is, what percentage of Indiana consumers have debt in collections? And this includes like if you haven't paid, maybe a bill from Macy's that you forgot about, or maybe an unpaid doctor's office visit. These can go into collections after a little while.
So medical bills.
Out of 1,000 people, right?
How many? Yeah.
Right? All right. Or out of 100 people.
Mhm.
Out of 100 people. Okay, Dusty, your turn.
All right. I have no idea on this question, Courtney, really. I'm going to guess 8%.
Did she hit it?
Mm-mm.
It's a little higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
I put 15.
It's actually double that. It's
Really?
It's
16.
it's 34%.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe this means people have had it in the past, but it's a high number and it's kind of understandable.
Well,
If-
like I said, I think about that. If I meet 10 people, you know,
3 to 4 of them have
3.4 have collection items because of
medical.
medical debt.
Medical.
Right.
It's easy to forget. You pay and then months later you maybe forget the mail. It
Right.
happens.
Well, it's not on your priority.
No.
It's
Well,
not
I
your
mean, that's
priority.
not something we budget for.
Right. It's
Because it's an
you're right,
unexpected
we should, but we don't.
expense.
That's what your emergency savings is for, obviously.
Right.
Or one of the few things.
So, at the credit union, we have a product that helps, especially as we talk about medical debt or medical expenses, health savings accounts, right, Jamie? We don't
Right.
really talk about that much on the podcast. You want to?
Yeah, so health savings accounts are set aside now where if your employer has a high deductible or high deductible plan,
Uh-huh.
HDP, and a lot of employers have set up health savings accounts where they'll put some money in that account for you and you can then add to that account. And that becomes your money set aside for your medical bills. But the great news is I've now realized that when we do need money for medical expenses, it's actually already been put away. It's part of our budget now.
Co-pays,
Deductibles, everything. I mean, my wife had surgery last year. The bills came in. Was worried about the bills, but the good news was we had money in that HSA. We could start paying on that right away. If one of the children need new glasses or if the girls need contacts, we have actually money in that HSA. So I'm not going where we're going to find this extra $150 to pay for contacts. It's already there, and
educate yourself on the difference between health savings accounts and flexible spending accounts because there are differences. Health savings accounts roll over from one year to the next where flexible spending accounts don't. So look at what your employer has to offer. Look at what they also contribute to, just like your retirement savings, and find the best vehicle to help you save for, so you're not finding yourself in collections.
Correct.
But you got the point. 2 points.
Yay!
Speaking of points, to recap, Dusty's currently in the lead with 5 points, but Jamie's pretty close behind with 4. So it could be anyone's game. We've got 3 questions left in this round, and then we have our final bet all points question.
Got it.
So, question 3 and round 2. What percentage of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement?
Wow, I don't know. This is a hard one. All these are hard.
And I'm wondering if this is out of Americans who have saved for retirement, because we know that number can be pretty.
Right.
Yeah. So if they have saved for retirement, how many have less than 10,000?
And that's
saved?
taking into account every age range, right?
I'd say so.
Pretty much from
Other than
work.
kids.
Less than
Okay, so
10,000.
20 something to retirement.
Okay, I want to hear those answers.
You go
Jamie,
first.
what do you think?
I'll go first. I know this feels high and sounds high, but everything I see and do, I was thinking right at 45, but I went with 43%.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm kind of in the same ballpark. I really had no idea, but I was thinking the number is pretty high, and I went 40.
Well, both of you are extremely close, but the points go to Jamie. The percentage of Americans with less than 10K saved for retirement is 42%. So,
Wow.
yeah, both of you are so close.
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 Americans.
And
So
that
10,000
takes-
in retirement. This isn't just like this is just retirement. This is not.
But that takes into account whether you're 60 getting ready to retire in 5 years or you're 20. So, if you're one of those older Americans who are in that boat, what's the best advice you would give?
Okay, depending on the age, if you're already in the 60s and you're getting closer to retirement, obviously the answer might be you need to work longer, meaning more years.
Right. Either full-time or part-time?
Yeah, either full-time or part-time. Start putting back as much as you can. what I would recommend those in their 60s, in their mid 60s, especially that haven't retired yet, is pay down as much debt as you can.
Mm-hmm.
If I find myself in those early to mid 50s, the answer is max out your 401k if you can do that. Start maxing out as much as you can right now. And when you get to the point where you're ready to retire and you don't have a lot in retirement, the answer might be you retire, but you have to work a part-time job for a while just to maintain.
So this one's pretty topical. We've got 2 more questions in this round. What percentage of Americans feel financial stress from COVID-19?
All of us?
I know. I'm kind of like, duh.
All right, Dusty, you go first.
I think everybody is feeling stress, whether you would classify it as COVID or financial stress related to COVID or not. But I say 82%. I went really high.
70% is what I put.
Well, actually, the 2 points for this question will go to Dusty because the percentage of Americans that feel financial stress from COVID-19 is 88%.
Wow.
So
We're both low.
Everybody's admitting it. Yeah. Wow. I should have waited for you to say 82 and been like, Price is Right. It's 83.
$1.
But like we've said in the past, if you are feeling financial stress and you're a member of a credit union, you can always visit wecare.fcfcu.com and there's still options available to you. Even now, I know we're in May, but we're still here to help.
And that's probably the biggest thing is if you are affected by it, call your creditors, talk to them about what's going on. You're going to be in much better financial shape if you've had the conversations than if you're just not telling them anything. Right, Jamie?
Exactly right. Mm-hmm. Have that conversation.
So our final question in round 2, we still have one more question after this where you bet all your points. So this isn't the last one. The score is Jamie 6, Dusty 7.
Haha.
This question I think is personally funny because in our office and maybe in yours too, we're always pitting our
generations.
Yeah, our generations together. I get a lot of flack for being a millennial, and we've got
a boomer in our group.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We've got all across the board.
It's all across the board, right?
Mm-hmm. So this one's kind of funny. Which generation has the highest amount of credit card debt? Is it baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, and I just threw this in for fun, Gen Z?
Well, it's not Gen Z.
This is hard because I don't know. I feel like it's all. I don't know if I'm
credit card debt.
Yeah, okay. I changed my answer.
So I guess this one's not about who's closer. You both have the opportunity to earn points here.
So I'll even go first. So I put Gen X.
Okay.
Just because that's our age group. You're still earning. You haven't hit your maximum earning power. You're still racking up credit card debt. You're not towards retirement yet. You want to think that the boomer generation is at retirement, so they're paid off and they've retired. And there's a part of me that wants to hope that it's not Gen Y because of their age group. I don't want them to be there. I don't want them to.
Yeah, but they're 20 to 30 something.
Yeah, but when I was 20 to 30 something, I didn't use my credit cards.
Oh, I did.
Well, they're also the ones that are investing.
I know that's why I didn't put them.
Okay.
I put them.
So
second.
I put Gen X number 1. What'd you put number 1?
I put Gen X, our generation. I think we're not as educated as the millennials are about credit. And I think we're a little more spoiled in that way.
Okay.
So we agree, Gen X.
So you both get points
Yay!
because the correct
High fives
answer
on that.
is Gen X. Well, also not high fives because I know both of you are Gen X.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You know what? I think
So we'll
it's-
both take 1 point for that. How's that sound?
No, it's 2 points.
2 points.
Oh,
Too bad.
Well, you're
Okay.
still up by 1. Doesn't matter.
So this is my favorite round because it's.
Oh wait, so what's the score?
The score. Okay. The score is Jamie has 8, Dusty has 9.
You better bet big.
And this
This is
final
for
round's important.
All the marbles.
This is for all the marbles. This is for real money. You heard
And
it
bragging
here.
rights.
Bragging rights,
Bragging
which
rights.
is more important than money in this group.
And if you don't know Jamie and I, but if you did, you would know we both like to win. So this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
In this question, so at Financial Center, we are national experts when it comes to financial literacy, especially because we have Jamie Davidson
Oh,
here who
Lord.
teaches
Exactly.
our classes.
Don't put the pressure on me now.
No, yeah. So this one is super important. So the question, what percentage of millennials demonstrate basic financial literacy?
We can bet.
Am I right in my answer first? Hang on.
All right. So you're up by how many points? You're up by 1 point?
Listen, this is for $10. So.
All right. Yep.
10. I thought you guys said 100 earlier too.
All right. So.
That's true.
All right.
$10 to charity, 100 to
Each other.
All right. Yeah.
No, to charity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Dusty, you're up. Here, I'll trade. Yeah, I'll read yours.
okay.
You read mine.
All right.
Ooh, wow.
Come
you went
here.
that deep. I'll go first. Dusty said 47%. She close?
And Jamie said 20%.
So, in a study of more than 1,000 millennials, only 24% could demonstrate basic financial literacy, and just 8% displayed high levels of financial literacy.
And she
Here I gave you millennials
she bet
credit.
6 points. She lost 6.
You know why? I
you
totally
gave him
threw
credit,
it.
did you?
No, it was the retirement question.
The
so I'm like,
retirement, gotcha.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So guess who won?
I won. I
Well,
bet
how many
3
points
points.
did you bet?
I bet 3.
3 points?
So she lost 6. I gained 3.
Dang it!
Wow. Oh my god.
She
Well, he
went,
should.
She
He's
even
the-
went. She even went big on her points.
I went big on the go big or go
I would have
home.
gone 0.
But still, 24%
That's-
demonstrating financial literacy. It's not about.
No.
Well, I mean, so that kind of comes
That's
back to
2.5
being
out of 10.
a scary question. I mean, that's a
Right.
scary.
I bet if we
result.
looked that up about Generation X, it's going to say probably
Probably about the
33%.
same.
Right?
Let's find out.
So this is what it tells you. What do you need to do then if you're in that 80% who say, I don't think I really know what I'm doing.
If you're that 80%, close to that 80%, the answer is look, go out there and find some financial literacy. It's all over the place. We provided online, we provided webinars, we provided in person after COVID, obviously.
We do one-on-one counseling.
One-on-one counseling. Not only us though, it's out there everywhere. You actually just have to go and find it. And we're here for you. Reach out to me, reach out to the credit union, reach out. If you bank with somebody else, reach out to them, see what they have. Great job, Courtney.
So much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this
I hope you
today.
enjoyed Courtney because I think we need her back more often. She brings a little life to the show.
So, although we have a lot of fun playing trivia, a lot of these statistics can be daunting and eye-opening. And if that's the case for you, we're here to help. If you'd like to schedule a free one-on-one financial counseling appointment, you need to email Jamie, and his email is jdavidson@fcfcu.com.
Carpe Dime is presented by Financial Center First Credit Union. It's produced by Jamie Davidson, Dusty Simmons, and Courtney Cooper. Financial Center is a 6-time national award winner in the category of adult financial literacy, and our goal is to help you improve your financial life. To learn more, visit fcfcu.com. If you like what you hear, subscribe from Google, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening. Bye.